Not Noah in the Ark, but close. Hi, I'm Jennie Spencer, and this is Brookdale Newsmakers. Today, our guest is the Director of Ocean Institute at Sandy Hook, Dave Grant. Hi, Dave.
Hi, thanks for having me over.
Thanks. Tell us about who NOAA is, or really what NOAA is.
Well, NOAA is part of the federal government. It's the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. And they're the people who, which includes the Weather Service people, as well as the oceanographers and in many cases geologists who are studying the environment, monitoring it, looking into global change and things like that. So it's a lot of day-to-day things, as well as looking forward into the future and trying to project what's happening with the planet.
So I understand that you just took a trip in November of 2008 involving NOAA. Tell us about that trip.
Yes, they invited me to participate on one of their research cruises. It was a 33-day cruise off of the coast of Chile and Peru. The area is called the Southeast Pacific, and it's one of the more poorly studied areas of the oceans, although it's very important. About 20% of the fish that are caught every year come from that particular area. And apparently it's also important in driving the climate and in that part of the Pacific. And so we were assigned to the Ron Brown, which is the largest ship in the NOAA fleet. And we had several chores there. One, to retrieve and service some buoys that are anchored in many miles of water out there to monitor things like tsunamis and as well as weather patterns and all. The day-to-day and hourly operation for the length of the cruise was hourly water samples down to several hundred meters, and every 4 hours launching what are called weather sondes, balloons with a little radio on it to transmit down the humidity and wind and temperature and whatnot up to about 25,000 meters, which is higher than we fly in the planes, for sure.
Yeah, that's a lot of information gathered. Now, what is that information used for?
Well, again, this is basic research to try and understand what's happening with that particular area and how it affects the climate. There's a persistent cloud cover in several parts of the world, including there. And this seems to be affected by, believe it or not, the microbes, the microbiology of the sea, the plankton and whatnot, as well as wind and weather patterns. And so a lot of it was just trying to get a grasp on what operates there, why these cloud formations are there, how precipitation, where that ends up. But we had, there were many researchers from over a dozen countries, some of them on land, some of them flying over us, monitoring air pollution from the industry and copper smelters of Chile and whatnot. So there was really very complex. And
yes, sounds like it. Yeah. You know, you went there through a program called Teacher at Sea.
Yes.
Tell us about that and how other teachers can get involved.
Well, Teacher at Sea is a project to take educators out to work with researchers and also try to translate that information to their classes. I was able to communicate with my classes here, as well as I think 7 or 8 states and 3 or 4 countries. We by satellite and email. We also released drifter buoys that are really quite expensive, $15,000 and $30,000, but many of them are adopted by schools like Brookdale, and then the students, as part of their studies, monitor the movement of these buoys on a global scale. So there are really quite a number of things. Teacher at Sea, again, if you Google Teacher at Sea and NOAA, it will come up. We'll provide the website also.
All right, that's NOAA, not NOAA, spelled like Noah in the Ark. Thank you so much, Dave, for bringing us a lot of information, and we love having you here. Thanks.
Thank you.